Week 9 of EndZone, a 1A classic. Hamilton hosting those Vardaman Rams. One loss combined between the teams, and that one definitely lived up to the hype. Starkville won against Murrah, looking to keep that momentum up at Oxford, taking on the Chargers in the Little Egg Bowl. And the West Point Green Wave looking to keep riding momentum against Greenville.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with John Sokoloff, Cam Dyer, and Grace Ibarra is brought to you by OCH Orthopedic Center, Jax, Carl Hogan Toyota, Wade Incorporated, and Clark Beverage Group.
Thank you so much to all of those sponsors, and welcome in here to Week 9 of EndZone. John Sokoloff and Grace Ibarra hanging out with you late on a Friday night. Grace, our game of the week was an absolute classic. We'll get to it in a minute, but Wade Tackett's crew at Hamilton hosting the Vardaman Rams. Again, undefeated Hamilton, one-loss Vardaman. These two are really just a couple of 1A powerhouses. What were you expecting to see in this game?
I was expecting a lot from Kaiser Werner. I'm not going to spoil anything because we've already seen these highlights, but I was expecting a lot of points. I know we've been wanting to do Hamilton Game of the Week now for a while because of this historic season, and we could not have picked a better week. Vardaman also on a roll, 7-1 going into this game. I mean, you could not have picked two better teams to go at it. Nope,
and a couple of teams that have some great coaching too, and Brendan Pugh and Wade Tackett that have instilled some good cultures there. So let's get out to the highlights.
WCBI's High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota in Columbus.
Toyota Sierra got to Cam to Hamilton safely, would get kids to football practice safely as well. Go get yourself one at Carl Hogan Toyota. The seats look comfortable.
Yeah, that's what matters the most.
That's right. All right, 7-1 Vardaman visiting undefeated Hamilton with that nice Sierra in the parking lot. All right, first, Chipper Moore rolling out, finding a wide-open Zay Pratt for the walk-in touchdown. PAT no good, Rams striking first, 6-zip, but Hamilton bouncing back to its bread and butter. Kaiser Werner does the rest.
That's what I wanted to see.
40-yard touchdown in the second highlight. I hope that was soon enough for you.
Yes.
There you go.
I had to wait a little bit too long, but
He just had to wait until their first offensive possession. How dare he? Hamilton, though, on the seesaw. More for Vardaman, keeping it himself, cruising. 2-point conversion was good, 14-7 Rams. Lions back on offense. Check out Werner, hitting the hole, making everyone miss. Second touchdown of the game.
He had like 3 guys try to tackle him.
He's insane. He's only a sophomore,
no,
too. That's just nuts. All right, 14-all. Just before the half, though, Moore sneaking it in. Rams up by 7 at the break. We'll go to the second half now. Tied at 21. Werner dominating a grown man 8-yard touchdown run to put Hamilton up 27-21. And in the fourth, stop me if you've heard his name, Werner off and running for the dagger, his 4th touchdown. No one catch him. Grace, he now has 24 touchdowns on the season. An absolute machine. Wow. Lions hold on to win 37-34. Here's Wade Tackett.
I think we're lucky to get out of here with a win. I mean, we did a bunch of things good on offense. We struggled on defense. Again tonight, we got to fix some things, but I'm proud of the way we responded being down 21-14 at the half. Yeah, halftime, it was gut check time, and we had team leaders in the field house calling each other out, in a good way, telling everybody to step up and do their job. And, we came out in the second half, kicked off to them, and we got them with 3 and out. We got the ball and went down and scored and tied it, and never looked back after that.
Grace, you would think that a team that struggled as much as Hamilton had before this season, you would think that, a 9-0 start, there would be some kind of an emotional drainage between a coach and its staff. But right there, I mean, it kind of seemed like with Wade Tackett, you beat a huge 1A foe, but it kind of seemed like with him, business as usual, next game up, and they're not satisfied. They're like, okay, yeah, we're a nice story, but we're not satisfied with just this. We're trying to make some serious noise.
This is a team that has not had a winning season in 9 years, and I don't think based off of that interview you would tell that it's been that long, but when I talked to him earlier this week and I asked, how do you approach a game like this with Vardaman, who's also on a roll, and he said just like any other game. So that might be the cause for the business as usual.
Probably so. Hey, big-time win for Hamilton. Shout out to them. Another big-time game tonight, the Little Egg Bowl.
Little Egg Bowl. Let's get up to Oxford. They're hosting the Starkville Yellow Jackets, and Trey Petty fakes the handoff, keeps it for a gain of 8, and it sets up a nice little 1st and goal. Starkville cheer happy about that. Number 12 keeps it, and he punches it in for the touchdown. Starkville goes up. Trey Petty again here keeps it and punches it in for yet another score, doing what he does best.
Mississippi State has offered him. He's been
Sure
a dynamic
has.
athlete.
And who other than Trey Petty tossing it to Braylon Burnside. Starkville gets the win 47-28 over Oxford in the Little Egg Bowl.
All right, so let's get a score update for you. The Tupelo Golden Wave beating Murrah 42-6. They are undefeated. They look really good in their district in 6A, look unbeatable, and Mississippi State was the only one to honor him in their game this week. Tupelo did against Murrah tonight. They added a Sam sticker to the back of the helmets to remember the former Tupelo player Sam Westmoreland, who passed away 2 days ago at only 18 years old. Tupelo football tweeting out the picture of the helmet with the caption, "He is with us," on there. A game with a bunch of heavy hearts for Golden Wave players, coaching staff, that whole community. Today would have been Sam's 19th birthday.
Getting out to West Point, they're hosting Greenville, and you could say, John, this one was over at halftime.
I would say so. West Point has just been surging this year. Ever since like
Completely.
somewhat of a bumpy start, they've been all over the place.
Was running clock in the end of this one.
No, definitely. And Chris Chambliss, you would know that, like, you would
That's the
think
way he
that they were
wants
going to
it.
surge. Yeah, exactly.
You know, he would rather. And the final score there ends up being 40-8. West Point gets the win over Greenville.
I'll say, so Columbus, really rocky start to the season and done well the last couple of weeks. Okay, so trying to get some serious separation when it comes to a playoff spot here. Sean Williams finding Zywan Lacey for a 5-yard run. And it's very crazy what Josh Polfus has done for this team. And on this play
Extremely
here,
impressive.
Lacey gets all the way into the end zone, a 50-yard touchdown. Top 5 play nominee, I'll just say it right now. Homecoming, Columbus winning some games, big for the Falcons right in our backyard. And now Saltillo quarterback C.J. Beasley gets sacked here by this Falcon defense. And Columbus, man, getting it done 28-11.
Big win for the Falcons. How about it? Now let's get back on up to Oxford. Cleveland Central playing Lafayette. Charlie Fair heaves one 38 yards to Kylan Egerson for the touchdown. Look at this Lafayette cheer, having a good time. Handoff to Travion Stokes here, who's going to take it up the middle before he gets stopped. Gets a few more yards, keeps the legs churning there. And now we get some Cleveland cheer. A lot of cheerleaders in here tonight. Reverse to Travion Stokes, and he takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line. They don't get the score on this one, but the field goal is good. Lafayette wins it 35-16.
All right, we'll get one more score here for you. Lake Cormorant taking down the New Hope Trojans 35-3. All right, coming up next here on EndZone, the Itawamba Indians looking to stay undefeated at Caledonia. Clint Hoots in company. Pontotoc and North Pontotoc. Connor Armstrong and his crew looking to get on that right track in South Pontotoc against New Albany. Welcome back to week 9 of EndZone. Itawamba looking to stay undefeated at Caledonia for a clash on a beautiful night. Indians marching right down the field. Ty Davis lowering the shoulder, getting into the end zone, does the quarterback. 7-0 early. I mean, there was so much to notice.
7.
That's right. There was so much to notice from Itawamba early, but Caledonia doing a good job moving the sticks on a 3rd and long here. Getting it done. Braden Walters extended the drive.
But look at that Indians defense.
But later, I know, Daniel Wilbur, nowhere to go. Bryson Walters coming up with the big-time stop. So now 3rd and 18, looking one way, throwing the screen on the other once the blitz passes. And good play design combined with an elusive athlete is a good recipe. 57 yards later, 14-0 Itawamba. Ashby wasn't done either. Davis dropping back. He's got some time. Chucks one deep.
Look at that ball.
Beautiful dime right in the breadbasket of Zion Ashby. He's not able to get in for the touchdown, but a few plays later, Jabari Shumpert sure does. Taking it in, 21-0 Itawamba. This was all Indians. They're now 9-0. They win it 34-7. Let's hear about some Pontotocs, Grace. How about it?
North Pontotoc, rivalry here. Late second quarter, we're all tied at 7, and Reese Kenner rolls out, and he finds Kylan Jones, who scoots down the sideline, and he's finally pushed out of bounds. Kenner drops it off to Do Winfun, but the Vikings then forced to punt after that. Less than a minute left to play in the half, and Warriors QB Connor Armstrong goes deep,
Southpaw.
finding Jaden Montgomery. Yes, big left hand.
He might be the
Big
only
game.
left-handed quarterback in our viewing area that we
Too bad
have.
Cam Dyer's not a quarterback.
Yeah.
Then
He'd be
Armstrong to
great.
Kylan Farr in the middle of the field, and he is brought down at the 12. Armstrong then looks to Farr again in the end zone, but he is picked off by cornerback Glenn Booth, and they went into the locker room still knotted at 7. But Pontotoc wins it 21-13. Unfortunate place to throw a pick always.
Yeah, I'd say so. South Pontotoc, the Cougars, that's the last Pontotoc. It's just a hard word to say. We love
it
covering
is.
their teams, but all the syllables, all the consonants. Anyway, Jeb Bolin with a nice catch over the middle here. Then Shettles to Caleb Shaw for another good game. And then Cody Atkinson on the ground game trying to keep things moving here for those Bulldogs. And he's able to do that, but an apparent touchdown by Atkinson nullified by a holding penalty. Bulldogs missed the field goal. So then that would turn things over to the Cougars. There's the touchdown that got called back. The band was jumping.
Yes, we
Look
love a
at
good
that.
band.
South Pontotoc, Jackson trying to carry it, but they went 3 and out. This was all New Albany, getting it done 56-14. So more scores in here. Houston beating Ripley in a good one, 28-21. Kossuth beating Manatee, 35-8. Moorville falling at Tisch County, 33-24. Louisville taking down League Central 40-0, and Shannon beating Corinth 34-28. All right, coming up next here on EndZone, down in Macon, Noxubee County hosting Nettleton in a game that had a ton of points. Aberdeen, Jermaine Strong, all those great athletes taking on Hatley up there in the Amory region, and Eupora playing the Wolverines in a game that was a classic. Welcome back to EndZone. Nettleton, Noxubee County, down in Macon. A lot of points. Why don't we get to them? It's going to be a long highlight, Grace. Lamar Stewart Jr. for Noxubee County, faking the handoff, taking it to the house. Extra point good, 7-0.
You know I like scoring. It's all good with me.
We do, and I like seeing Camario Taylor healthy, and he hit Anthony Little Jr. here for a nice touchdown to put Noxubee County up 14-0. And now faking the handoff, taking it for the touchdown. A nice cut upfield here. Getting away from everybody.
They've been bouncing back pretty nice after that lost game.
I know. Stewart with a nice touchdown, 20-0. Camario Taylor now trying to get something going, but to Little over his head. It's intercepted by Xavier Dilworth, and he's got some serious speed. He plays receiver as well. He can't quite get into the end zone, gets wrapped up just before it, but a little poetic justice here, because Braylon Williams finding him over the middle for a short
Convenient,
touchdown.
He plays receiver.
Very
Finish
convenient.
Off the drive.
20-7. And now, later on, Williams looking for Antirion Venson for the touchdown. So that makes it 20-12. And now the fake extra point, or was it a fake? I don't know. It looked like he dropped the ball, but he picked it up, got in. The waving is a little disrespectful, but that's why the flag came in there, I guess. I forgot about that. Anyway, it was close, but then Noxubee County rolled away with this one, getting it done 58-21. I did bet the over.
Let's get out to Hatley. They're hosting the Aberdeen Bulldogs opening kickoff. And you know what you don't expect on an opening kickoff, John? An onside kick.
Nope.
But Logan Brown did it. And the Bulldogs didn't really see it coming. Easy recovery for Hatley, but their drive soon stalls out. Don't get any points on that one. Aberdeen with the ball. Jermaine Strong hands it off to Jeffrey Sykes, and he's off 40 yards down the sideline until he's yanked down at around the 16.
This Aberdeen team, for a 3A team, they have 16 seniors.
So many seniors, a lot of experience. Don Gillian on the carry to get the job done there into the end zone, untouched. 2-point conversion, no good, but the Bulldogs are up 6-0. Hatley on offense. Logan Brown hits Josh Griffin on the short pass, and he takes it 18 yards downfield with some speed there. That drive stalls out too, though. Second quarter, Bulldogs take over, and they're in the red zone. Found the end zone twice already, but they were called back both times for penalties, but third time's the charm. Joe Buchanan gets the score. Aberdeen goes up 12-0. This one was all Bulldogs, John. They win it 42-0.
Sheesh, blanking them. All right, Winona beating Amanda Elsie 41-6 as we roll some scores in here for you. Water Valley beating Boonville 47-21. Let's get out to East Webster. Those Wolverines hosting the Eupora Eagles. This crowd looked electric tonight. Early on for East Webster, Dee Bingham getting the handoff, breaking tackles, big gain down inside the 20-yard line. Showing off that speed.
You never knew when he was going to stop there. Never stopped. Maybe he's still running.
Probably so. All right, later on, Cade Morrow getting the snap, finding Jerkel Ivy for a nice catch. Some positive yardage. Cheerleaders loving it. 4th down, East Webster attempted a 32-yarder. Gabe Brown's kick was no good. It had plenty of leg.
It was really up there, too. That was pretty high.
It did, but couldn't quite capitalize. All right, Eupora's turn now. Ty Murphy getting the snap, rolling. Looking for Tab Powell. Makes a nice catch. Nice gain. 1st down. Later on, Ty Murphy, insane athlete, under center for Eupora. And now on this one, feeling a little bit of pressure, finding Powell wide open for a 61-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion, no good. Eagles up 6-0. Eupora wins a barn burner, 26-19.
Why don't we head out to Choctaw County? They're hosting Bruce. 3rd quarter, Bruce down 34-0. J. Cole Williams gets the snap, and he's in trouble. Sacked by Kalen Robinson, Trojans drive stalls out. Choctaw's turn now. Jaheim Woodard gets the ball on a jet sweep around the left end, and he's got some nice yardage for the 1st down. Puts them inside the 20-yard line. Later on, Terrence McNeil gets the ball on the sweep, and he breaks tackles, and he gets into the end zone. 18 yards for the touchdown. Extra points good. Extends the lead 41-0. And that ends up being the final score from Choctaw County.
Big bounce back win for those Chargers after falling to Eupora last week. East Union beating Potsdam 50-33. Lake taking down Nanawoya 20-0. Noxapater beating French Camp 42-35. Smithville beating Byers 28-22. Thrasher falling to TCPS 38-0. Okolona winning 28-0 over Ashland. There's that TCPS Thrasher score as well. Be sure to not go anywhere as well here, right here on EndZone. We got plenty of Academy updates and some West Alabama highlights coming your way. Welcome back into EndZone. Some scores for you. Heritage Academy, those Patriots beating Pillow Academy 35-17. Starkville Academy beating Washington. Shout out to Chase Nicholson and company, winning it 39-21. Carroll Academy, man. Eakin past Winston Academy. Those poor Pats falling 20-19. Winona Christian falling to Canton 50-14. Deer Creek beating Hebron Christian. What a nice name for a school, Deer Creek. It sounds very therapeutic.
There was a music place in Indianapolis named Deer Creek at one place.
How would you know about that?
Yeah,
I didn't know you were such a fan of the theatrical arts. All right, 52-6 over Hebron Christian. And North Sunflower Academy beating Columbus Christian 60-8. Those scores are flopped, but Columbus Christian go to the playoffs. Are those Rams? Calhoun Academy beating Manchester Academy 56-14. Let's get out to West Alabama, shall we? South Lamar hosting Lynn. Those Stallions, man. And they were feeding the energy off the crowd. Look at this defensive stop here by South Lamar. And now Cade McAdams trying to get something going offensively. He moves the chains with this run here.
Just enough.
Yep, and now using another running back here, Charles Neal. 8-yard run to keep things going. But this one was very low scoring early in the first half. And then it was all in the second half, winning it 32-9. More scores. Winston County beating Lamar County 46-28. And Aliceville taking down Greene County 44-6. Plenty of great games here tonight. We'll get our winners of the evening right on the other side of the break. My winner of the night, Tupelo. Grace?
Hamilton, you got to go with the Lions.
You have to. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with John Sokoloff, Cam Dyer, and Bryce Ibarra is brought to you by OCH Orthopedic Center, Jax, Carl Hogan Toyota, Wade Incorporated, and Clark Beverage Group.